And we're back with the second episode of these free agents. You're listening to Artie Clear from 1460 AM Wi-Fi, the home of the Artie Clear Show. Jeremiah Trotter's on this list, and guess what? He's not going to play football for anybody. He absolutely is slow. He's out of shape. And he's spent out. He retired for 2 years. The Eagles took him back in because they thought they needed leadership. Done. Forget about it. No chance. Deshaun Townsend. That's a very good cornerback from the Pittsburgh Steelers. I really believe that he's going to sign a nice contract. 10 years in the league, but he's a very, very good cornerback. I like him a lot from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Kyle Van Den Bush, he signed with the Lions for a big contract. He's off the board. Langston Walker is a very, very good offensive tackle from the L.A. Raiders. I believe that he's worth something. I believe he'll sign a nice contract, but he won't be with the Raiders. He'll sign with somebody else. Kelly Washington was a wide receiver, played for Cincinnati for the Baltimore Ravens. He's okay. He used to play at LSU. He's no big deal. Forget about him. Benjamin Watson, the tight end from New England Patriots, would be good. Decent player. I think the Patriots will try to re-sign him, but if not, he's worth something on the open market. Benjamin Watson from New England Patriots. Let's see now. We got to go to Vince Wilfork, who the New England put the free agency tag on. He's hitting about 400 pounds. He's one hamburger away from 400 pounds. How they put the tag on him, I don't know. This guy, they must be out of their mind to put the tag on that guy. Something's wrong with New England. Ever since they got caught with that spy cam, they've never been the same. Going over some Matt Ware, a cornerback from the Cardinals, another guy they're going to lose. Not a bad player. Brian Westbrook, released from the Eagles. I believe he'll go to the Giants or New England. He's a jewel of this draft also. He's only problem is with the concussions. He's one knee away from being ended in football. That's how Aikman and Steve Young had to go out of football because of these concussions. And concussions are a lot different now in the NFL than they were before. You sit out the game, you have the concussion, the game after the concussion, and you have to be reevaluated before they'll let you back in the NFL. That's why the Eagles let Westbrook go. If he didn't have the concussions, he would have stayed with Philadelphia. He's their favorite son. Going down here, Roy Williams, safety from the Cowboys, now with the Cincinnati Bengals. He's been shot for the last couple of years. He's burnt like toast. I don't believe that he'll get a job in the NFL. Maybe on a taxi squad, but he's nowhere near the player he was before. Let's see now. We'll go to anybody else here that I think that's worth anything. Bobby Williams, a guard from the Bengals. Very good guard. Was an all-pro. Also an ex-Eagle. Not a bad player whatsoever. In fact, I like him a lot. C.J. Wilson, a cornerback out of the Panthers, don't mean nothing. Ronaldo Wynn, he's a defensive end from the Redskins. Deshaun Wynn, Chris Wilson, beyond there's not, like, these guys, no good. No good for those guys whatsoever. Going back on some of the other guys, here's one guy that I missed. Kenny Lucas from the Seattle, very good cornerback. I like him a lot. J.P. Lawson, he's also up 6 years. He was drafted by Buffalo. He'll be a backup quarterback at best. The Raiders have him, but I don't think he'll do anything. Brandon Lloyd, a wide receiver. Got good hands, this kid. He was shut out of football for a little while, played for the 49ers, now with the Broncos. He might be able to latch onto a team. That's Brandon Lloyd. I'm just looking at some Josh McCown, a quarterback from the Panthers. I don't think he'll even be in football. Try the Arena League out. That's coming out. Talk to Bob Greaves from the Orlando Predators, a friend of mine. He might get a job. Let's see. Billy Miller, the tight end from the Saints. Randy McMichael. Now, he's not a bad tight end from the Rams. He would like to, as a backup tight end, I think he's okay. I really do. See now, wow, there's not much after that, I'll tell you that. We're trying to go through it all, see what we got. Vonnie Holiday, he's been around forever. Not a bad guy to plug your defensive line in. I would take a look, see at him. You can probably get him for a cheap price. See now, Corey Ivy, the cornerback out of the Ravens. That's a good player. He's going to get some money somewhere. I'm surprised the Ravens will let him go. I think the Ravens will try to sign him. If not, he's a player that you want to sign. Hard hitter and a good cover back. Thomas Jones, released by the Jets because they're going to rely on Chris Green and Kelly Washington. Not Kelly. Leon Washington is coming back for them, so they let him go. Thomas Jones. He hit 30. I think he will latch on to another team. Very good running back, by the way. William Joseph, no big deal. Javon Curse, if he plays another second in the NFL, he'll be stealing again. He's always hurt. Jimmy Kennedy, very, very good defensive tackle from the Minnesota Vikings. Also, Ray Everett is on this list. If anyone was out there to get these two players, I'm telling you, these two top-flight guys, real good players. I have a very high interest in those players. I believe they'll get good money from any team they sign with. They will make it count in the free agency. They'll get big money. David Jones, he's singing with the Monkees this week. Edgar Jones is backing up David Jones with the Monkees this week. Reggie Kelly, he's back on good times right now. Dan Kreider, he's doing ESPN. He's a fullback. Ty Law, he ought to practice law. And that's my scoop on these free agents. If there's anybody else, let me take a quick look before I say goodbye to everybody. Nick Harper, not a bad player. Will Harris, not a bad player. They're both cornerbacks. And anybody else I can see that could help anybody out here. Jarvis Green, he's not bad. Gaither, he's okay. Michael Adams, tight end from the Browns, he's okay. Brandon Fry, offensive tackle out of Seattle, all right. Ryan Flower from the Jets, he's a decent player here. I missed him. And I'm just going to go real quick for everybody so everybody knows what's going on here. And if I could always recognize Jason Ferguson, a defensive tackle from the Dolphins, a good player, good to put in there for you, plug the hole. He's a big guy, not a bad player. And that's it with the free agents. Thanks for listening. You heard from the Artie Clear, the home of the Wi-Fi 1460, and I'll see you.